Hello there guys, it's Stephen here, back with another video. I'm facing the music after a pretty terrible week of football for Manchester City Football Club, but the Premier League is back. A large part of our season is most definitely over now. The Champions League is gone. Now we've just got to focus on wrapping up the Premier League title. There's no shame in that at all, but we haven't got the most ideal of circumstances this weekend. We've got Spurs away at Wembley, a very big game against a very good team. But before I go too far, as you can tell by the link on the screen and the link in the description below, go and click that. This video is sponsored by Now TV and Football Daily. Thank you very much, Now TV, for sponsoring this video. If you click the link below, you can get 25% off your Sky Sports Now TV Day Pass. So go and click that and get 24 hours of incredible football coverage. Hopefully watch Manchester City romp to one step closer to the Premier League title. So click the link in the description below. That's all you got to do to save yourself a whole lot of money and get a wonderful day's of football. So go ahead and do that right now. But let's move on to the actual game. I'm shitting it, I'm not going to lie. If there's one team that wouldn't want to choose to play after Liverpool United, it's probably going to be Spurs at the moment. Spurs are banging form. They're a very good team, a very young team, very well coached. Just beat Chelsea 3-1, of course. In general, pretty good form. After, obviously, they got knocked out by Juventus, but there's no shame in that. In general, they've been largely excellent. Recently beat Stoke last week 2-1, and they've had a week's rest as well. And we're coming off the back of a very disappointing, very mentally tiring, and very tough week for Manchester City Football Club. And Spurs are going to try and capitalise on this negativity. There's no two ways about it. Spurs are going to go at us. They're going to really try and sense that blood, going to dive right in at us, and it's going to be a very difficult game. And Spurs as well, largely rested. Well, they haven't played since Stoke last week. They've also pretty much got a full squad, only really Danny Rose, apart from the long-term injury to Kyle Walker-Peters and Harry Winks. They're going to play a pretty strong team, basically. Ben Davies will probably come in at left-back, and then obviously you've got the likes of Eriksen, Harry Kane, Dele Alli, all these players that are going to come at us and create chances. Son as well, obviously, is in exceptional form this season. They're a team that knows how to score a goal, and so far for the past weeks anyway, at least, our defence has been a little bit iffy, and they're going to get at us. They're going to use the crowd, they're going to go for us, and they're going to give us a very tough game. We could see a reaction though. My only worry is how tired we looked in that Liverpool game. We were absolutely excellent for large parts of it, but just didn't have enough energy. We didn't have enough steam to keep going, and we did run out of steam in the end, and we just looked like a very tired team. A team where the season and the impressive things we've come up with so far has finally caught up to us, and we just look a little bit threadbare. Now, the biggest problem for me is Fernandinho won't be playing, unfortunately. He picked up suspension, so the midfield kind of picks itself, really. I think it'll probably be Gundogan, De Bruyne and Silva. I think all three will probably play there. Maybe we'll see some miraculous turn of Yaya. I can't really see that myself, but I think it'll be those three in the centre there. Though personally, I would play Bernardo. I thought he was excellent against Liverpool. I think he needs a game now. He's deserved a game. On the left, I'm not sure. Leroy looks a little bit tired as well. He's ran himself into the ground. Not maybe in his most decisive form, but yeah, I still would start him personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see Sterling on the left, maybe cutting inside. Not his preferred position, but he's a very good player, Sterling, can be effective wherever. And I suspect to see Aguero actually start this game. We probably need him to play there and score a goal or two. It's in defence where it gets a little bit more interesting. Obviously, Otamendi's not in great form at the moment, but Pep has rightfully been defending him, because he should do, because Otamendi deserves a blip in form every now and then. Everyone does, and I guess given how excellent he's been this season, you have to give him some leeway. But I still think we'll see Laporte play, and maybe Vincent Kompany. Otamendi might get a rest, and I think it won't be a disrespectful rest. It'll just be, you need a rest, mate. Don't worry about it. You've done excellent this season. Have a rest. And maybe we'll see Delph at left back, and Kyle Walker, I'm sure, will definitely not pass up the opportunity to play against Spurs for very obvious reasons. And Ederson picks himself in goal. I think we'll be tighter than we have been recently. I'm hoping we'll kind of try and take control of the game. Really try and get at Spurs in a very measured way. Bring back that confident football from early on in the season. From a month ago, from weeks ago, to be honest. We can do it. It's just I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not going to lie. Spurs, they're a good team. Spurs will get at us, especially away from home. If this was at home, I'd feel a little bit more difficult. I won't be surprised if we struggle in this game a little bit. I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think we've got games coming up like Swansea, Brighton, Huddersfield. A lot more easy games to win, and we'll win those games, and we will win the league. So this one, even though it seems like it should be a priority, I'm not expecting much from it, and I'll understand if we don't, we drop some points there. And I think we have to be realistic given the stage of the season we're at, given how the players look dead on the feet at the moment. It'd be understandable, and it wouldn't be a disaster. And given our form has been really heavy, it's been a very heavy week on the players, they're going to understand it be a little bit drained. So basically, I think we need to have realistic expectations going into this game. They could come out and be excellent. I mean, they were excellent against Liverpool for large parts of it. For 50 minutes in particular, they were fantastic. just didn't have enough to keep going through. So maybe they'll get that second wind of energy and once again try and prove people wrong, which they tried against Liverpool. And we will have such an uphill battle to try and chase 3 goals. If we play like the first 50 against Spurs and we're 1 or 2-0 up or whatever, that we don't have to keep going then. We can control the game. So that obviously is a bonus there for us as well. It's going to be a game where Spurs use their energy, and they'll have a lot more energy than us. They've had a bit of a rest. They've got a very young squad, of course. And there's no pressure on them. They're pretty much assured as well of a top 4. They are chasing second, of course, but they have got a big game next week, the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester United. So they can focus on this game if they want to. I mean, the game next week's important, but, you know, they've got a bit of rest after that. They could take their eye off the ball, I guess, but they can focus on this too at the same time if they want to. So it's going to be an interesting match. If I was to go for some kind of prediction, if I'm being honest, I will take a 2-2 draw. I don't think I'm going to win this game. I hope it's just me being overly cautious given everything that's happened, but it's just difficult to say a win after a very tough week. Hopefully I'm wrong there. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and your predictions, because I'm very fascinated to see how you think this game will go. It's been a horrible week, but it has been a great season, as I said in the last video. I am not all doom and gloom at all. I'm just realistic at the moment, and this team is still the team that's best in the league by a country mile, in my personal opinion, and we're going from strength to strength. Don't forget, guys, as well, you can get 25% off your Now TV Sky Sports Day Pass, so go and do that. Click the link in the description below. Enjoy some football, and let me know what you think of the game. See you later, guys.